Well, realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. He's constantly moving, and then punches are coming, and he loops punches around your guard, and he's constantly shifting his feet, and you think he's going to be there, and he's over here, and it's like this overload of thinking. It's not a casual, relaxed fight where you can kind of move around and get your groove, and he's going to stay on the outside, and you're going to... No, it's just constant.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody. And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer.
Joe Rogan spoke directly about a possible Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson fight, delivering a harsh caution against taking Stevenson lightly. He pointed to Stevenson's extremely quick reactions and fast punch combinations, saying those skills could overwhelm Haney.
Terrifying human being. Terrifying. Every aspect of your senses at every moment. He's constantly moving, and then punches are coming, and he loops punches around your guard. This is like they're throwing insane money at people. They're throwing nutty sums of cash at people to make amazing fights happen. Like this has always been the hiccup in boxing, is that people don't want to fight certain people because they want to protect their record. The Saudis are like, how much?
Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, everyone's got a price.
We've got the bank.
How much?
Shakur Stevenson added another major achievement, earning a dominant unanimous decision victory against Teofimo Lopez to secure the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship. The win made him a 4-division world champion and strengthened his standing in pound-for-pound discussions.
Shakur looked phenomenal, dominant performance. What do you think about that?
Man, he made it easy. I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight you on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him. Shakur got the dub.
Excellent. Appreciate your time, brother. Congrats, Jay.
Stevenson dictated the bout through precise strategy and sharp ring awareness, connecting with far more punches while displaying a degree of command rarely seen at the highest level.
Teofimo looked like a novice. I mean, that's how good he is. 120, 109, 108. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is that what you expected from Shakur? No?
I mean, listen, I expected an incredible performance, but I didn't expect it to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal. And I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds, Shakur. Like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teofimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teofimo looked like frustrated, just obviously busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter, 4-division world champion.
Following the bout, he publicly discussed his future plans and mentioned Devin Haney as a possible next rival. Stevenson expressed strong belief that he would outbox Haney.
He's a boxer. It's not like he's a stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Yeah.
But it all gotta make sense from a business standpoint. I don't like getting up here and negotiating against myself.
For sure.
But for me, I'm willing
but
to
do you see it as it being that could, like we always said, the Four Kings, even though you wasn't a part of it, the whole plot is like at the end of the road, there's gonna be 2 guys left standing, and that's the big fight. Do you see that as that's potentially what that could be?
I'm a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Devin Haney is a bad motherfucker in his own right, but when you say like 2 guys standing, there's only 1 guy with me, and that's me. I don't see 2 guys, I don't see 3 guys. I used to, like, that was young.
However, Stevenson has stated that if he takes a bout at 147 pounds, a rehydration limit would be required in the contract. He feels size advantages can heavily influence outcomes and wants strict terms so neither boxer adds excessive weight overnight.
I want me to come to 147, I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10 pound rehydration. Like the
mean,
IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get like, all right, like the IBF
But-
rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys gonna get up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, I'm not. What am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Joe Rogan showed firm belief in Shakur Stevenson, stating that the absence of a rehydration restriction would not change the outcome. He argued that Stevenson's technical ability, hand speed, and ring IQ are strong enough for him to outbox fighters at 147.
Yeah, that's nothing. And there's some sort of a rehydration clause. Listen, kids, it ain't gonna matter. He's not gonna come in drained. What he's gonna do is just do extra cardio, and that's just gonna make him more dangerous. He's gonna be terrible.
Terrence Crawford has spoken highly of Shakur Stevenson's abilities and indicated that many opponents are wary of facing him, suggesting some fighters avoid the matchup due to the challenges his style and technical skill present.
The reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter, he's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that, just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff, but they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing, you know, and tomorrow he will show.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt, you know. But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision.
Stevenson stated that he sees himself as ahead of the field at both 135 and 140 pounds, noting that he has defeated every opponent placed in front of him in those weight classes. He credits his ability, quickness, and technical edge for setting him apart from the rest. Because of that dominance, many fans are calling for him to step up to 147. He explained that supporters want tougher tests since he has controlled the lower divisions. In his view, moving to welterweight would deliver the most compelling fights and show that his skill set works in any weight class.
147 thing, because it's like, okay, oh, he's better than everybody at 135, 140. Sure. Nobody could beat him, so now we gotta test him out at 147.
That's how.
Because he that good.
Yeah, but you know that though. That's the.
But tell me I'm that good then. Tell me I'm that good then.
Yeah.
If that's how y'all feel, tell me. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I like that. I will say yes, you are that good. And when people are that good, we want to see a resistance fight. That's what we saying, and that's what I thought Tio was gonna get, and we ain't get that.
Damn. Damn, y'all.
We gotta find another one.
I feel bad for y'all, because y'all gonna be waiting for the rest of my career. Like,
Yeah.
God damn, we want to see some. It ain't gonna happen. The most y'all gonna ever get is Zepeda. That was y'all best hope and chance at getting
Zepeda?
resistance.
Stevenson has stated that the bout has not taken place because the financial offer did not meet expectations. He said a clash of that size needs proper pay terms, especially given the risk when top-level fighters meet. Shakur believes his accomplishments justify higher compensation for entering a major event and says he will not agree to a contract that undervalues him. He stressed that the delay is about business conditions, not fear of competition, and that the purse must reflect the fight's significance.
Everybody's asked you about, obviously, whenever you're going to fight Haney, because I think we keep hearing about the negotiations falling through. Is that fight ever going to get made?
I would love for the fight to happen. Y'all can clearly see that I want the fight.
Yeah. Is what's off about it still the split?
I don't think that they want the fight to happen right now. Why would we fight this big risk fighter right now rather than wait a couple of years where we could make more money? But my only issue with it, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, don't perpetrate. You're talking big, but truth be told, you put me and him in a ring where nobody else can help him. There's nobody else that's gonna be able to fight for him. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, he know deep down inside that I'm the truth. That's what he know. He know he done been in the ring with me several times. Go ask him, like really ask him and tell him to be honest about me as a fighter. You'll really hear how he talk. Honestly, I think he's a good fighter, but I think that his level.
At the same time, Devin Haney has insisted that Stevenson erred by declining the fight over money. Haney pointed out that his offer of a 25% split, while the smaller portion still would have given Stevenson a payday larger than anything he had earned in his entire career. Haney argues that turning it down was a missed chance for both legacy and financial reward.
Look at Shakur's resume and look at my resume. Who's fought the tougher opposition, me or him? And 25% would have been, bigger than all his fights put together he made.
All put together?
Put together.
Were you shocked that he said no?
Yeah, ego, made him say no. His ego and the people around him. Kambosos offered me the 22% and the 2 fights to go to Australia and to go sign with a different promoter and to, get the vaccine and go do this and do that. Now that I'm the champion and I'm giving somebody the offer to make more money than they ever made in their life, put together in all their fights, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. See, when I fought Kambosos, it wasn't for all the money. I fought was fighting for the same money that I was already making. I know that I could beat him. I know that once I win, I'm gonna be able to call the shots and make all the money myself. So now it's that time.
Timothy Bradley, Jr., has stated that Shakur Stevenson possesses everything needed to become boxing's next major star. He highlighted Stevenson's technical expertise, defensive skills, and high ring IQ, noting that these attributes could help elevate the sport by showcasing skill over raw power. Bradley emphasized that Stevenson's discipline and smart approach in the ring distinguish him and could establish him as a key figure in boxing's future, particularly as he continues to win big fights and maintain his unbeaten record. His remarks suggest that Stevenson's blend of accuracy and strategy positions him not only as an elite fighter, but also as a potential household name in the sport.
Haney, Conor Ben, there's a lot of fights that Shakur can be involved in and beat all these dudes, man. Beat all of them. Has a chance of beating all of them, right? And solidifying, his mark in the sport. Being, the great of his generation. When Crawford left, I told y'all that, Shakur was the next guy on the throne. And I truly wholeheartedly still believe that. I know there's guys that has worked with Shakur in the past that swear up and down. Oh, shoot, I even forgot Murataya is there too. Guys like Andy Cruz. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that people respect that Shakur has the ability to freaking challenge. Man, now imagine him fighting all those guys and putting that on his resume, man. We talking about legendary status. We talking about Mount Rushmore type of stuff, because, all these guys are the elite guys of this generation and people respect them. And if Shakur was to beat them, he's going to definitely make his mark heavy in the sport and become extremely popular, even more popular than what Terrence Crawford is right now, and I feel like Shakur can be that face of American boxing that, we've always had. We have Floyd Mayweather. I think he can be as popular as Floyd Mayweather, if not more popular than Floyd Mayweather. So I don't know, man. Guys, tell me what you think. Am I tripping? But there's a lot of potential matchup for Shakur that can really grow his star.
Mike Tyson has publicly commended Shakur Stevenson's boxing talent, calling him a true expert in the sport. Tyson highlighted Stevenson's technique, defensive skill, and overall ability, saying these qualities make him very hard to beat, even if some fans overlook his style. He stressed that boxing is an art, and Stevenson's accuracy, ring awareness, and skill at minimizing damage enable him to control elite opponents. Tyson also praised Stevenson's recent fights, noting his crisp combinations, fluid head movement, and textbook hit-and-not-get-hit approach as examples of pure boxing mastery.
Shakur Stevenson is a first-class fighter, and I don't think it's going to make any difference that he get the title up because of weight difference. He just go to the next division and win that title as well.
How could Shakur beat him if he can't hurt him? That would be my question.
Listen, you don't have to hurt him, you just have to outscore him. Shakur takes a good shot though, He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. And it's boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat.
Stevenson's decisive triumph over Teofimo Lopez did more than add another title to his resume. It cemented his status among boxing's top fighters. On January 31st at Madison Square Garden in New York, Stevenson challenged Lopez for the WBO and Ring Magazine Junior welterweight belts and controlled the fight from beginning to end. Over 12 rounds, he outperformed Lopez, managing distance with precise footwork, sharp counters, and a disciplined jab that kept Lopez off rhythm while allowing Stevenson to take minimal damage. All three judges scored the bout 119-109 in his favor, underscoring how completely he set the tempo and flow of the fight. This victory made Stevenson a four-division world champion, adding the super lightweight crown to his collection and showcasing not only his technical mastery, but also his mental composure in high-pressure situations.
A masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful. You heard his father say in the corner, what happened to your fast hands? That shit didn't work, man.
Just overall, like, just given the styles you know in boxing so well, like, was there any way that Teo could have put on a better performance, a better plan, and gotten a better result?
No, I don't think whatever he would have brought to the table would have worked, man. You know, Shakur just got a great boxing mind. You know, that's just it. He's got a great boxing mind, and you know, once he put his mind to it, he's gonna get the job done.
What is it gonna take to beat someone like him?
I don't know, man. Probably want to stay away from that kid, man.
Yeah.
The numbers further highlight Stevenson's control. He threw and landed significantly more punches, connecting efficiently with both jabs and power shots throughout the contest. His display demonstrated a capacity to adjust and carry out strategy at an elite level, representing a key moment in his career and paving the way for greater challenges as he continues to build his legacy in boxing.
119, I think, to 109 with scorecard, so basically like 11 rounds to 1. What did you think about the outcome and the fact that he was able to win so dominantly?
One, shout out to New York. The crucial Bruce Harrington, he's world champion now, I'm so proud of him. Been watching him fight the undercards and all this stuff forever, and the technical world champion, like, I was bawling, I was crying, yo. So shout out to him. He shine every time he come out to see his story, see how much he done overcame everything. Now he gets a 12th round knockout, looking good against Jermaine Ortiz. Wonderful. Now we got the main event with Shakur, and I knew that was gonna happen. Everybody be talking all that rah to me. I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is to stop him. I can't ask for nothing.
Eddie Hearn recently voiced strong support for Shakur Stevenson, calling the skilled southpaw one of the most underrated fighters in the sport today. Hearn noted that both fans and critics frequently underestimate how tough Stevenson is to beat, since his approach relies on elite fundamentals, high ring IQ, and defensive mastery rather than knockouts. He highlighted Stevenson's ability to manage distance, neutralize top opponents, and control rounds, making him a challenging matchup for anyone, regardless of weight. Hearn also stressed that consistently winning cleanly at the highest level demonstrates a rare kind of greatness that often goes unnoticed. In his opinion, Stevenson's record, discipline, and technical skill merit much more recognition than he currently receives from the boxing community.
I think Shakur is massively underrated in terms of his achievements and his ability. Everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. He is pound for pound, top 5 in terms of quality. But look at the achievements of the young man. At 28 years of age, he's already a 3-division world champion. This is to become a 4-division world champion. Quite remarkable. And Teofimo always rises to the occasion. Sometimes you see a little bit of a lackluster performance when he's not motivated, when there isn't kind of any legacy on the line. This is different. This is a sold-out Madison Square Garden between two of the elite fighters of our generation. And the best thing about this fight is we're seeing them in there.
What's your take? Was Stevenson's performance a true display of boxing brilliance? Or are you eager to see him face even bigger tests against fighters like Haney or Ben? Share your thoughts in the comments below.